The old house on Blackwood Lane had always been a source of local legend. People whispered of its former owner, a reclusive artist named Alastair Finch, and the mysterious disappearance of his protégé. The story went that Alastair, consumed by jealousy over his student's talent, had sealed her in the walls of the house, where her tormented spirit now roamed. Years later, a trio of urban explorers, Liam, a cynical journalist, Maya, a tech-savvy paranormal investigator, and Chloe, the group's founder and Liam's longtime girlfriend, decided to spend a night there. The house was a dilapidated shell, its once grand rooms now filled with dust and decay. As they set up their equipment, a chill swept through the air, and an unsettling silence fell over them. As the night wore on, the strange occurrences began. Doors creaked open on their own, whispers echoed from empty hallways, and shadows danced in the periphery of their vision. Liam, ever the skeptic, dismissed it all as the house settling. But Maya, watching her instruments, knew better. The energy readings were off the charts. Chloe, however, seemed strangely calm. She wandered away from the group, her face a mask of focus, as if she were searching for something specific. Liam followed her, a knot of unease tightening in his stomach. He found her in the master bedroom, her hands running along a cracked plaster wall. He watched as she pushed against a loose section, revealing a hidden compartment. Inside, nestled among Alastair's journals, was a small, ornate box. "What is that?" Liam asked, his voice low. Chloe jumped, startled. "Nothing," she said, her voice strained. "Just, some old junk." But as she spoke, she clutched the box to her chest, her eyes darting away. Suddenly, a loud crash from downstairs shattered the tense silence. They rushed to find Maya standing in the hallway, her face pale with terror. "I saw her," she stammered, pointing down the hall. "The girl. She was in the mirror, and she was crying." For the rest of the night, the haunting intensified. Objects flew across rooms, chilling screams tore through the air, and the house seemed to breathe around them. Liam, rattled and afraid, just wanted to leave. But Chloe refused. She was obsessed, drawn to the box and the secrets it held. The climax came in the early morning hours, as a shadowy figure materialized in the living room. It was a girl, her face contorted in a silent scream, her hands raised as if in supplication. She pointed to a section of the wall, then to Chloe, her gaze filled with a mixture of sorrow and rage. Chloe, finally breaking, fell to her knees, dropping the box. A photograph spilled out, along with a locket. It wasn't Alastair's protégé. It was a picture of a young Chloe, standing beside a woman who looked exactly like the ghostly apparition. The locket held a note, "Forgive me, my love. I never meant for you to be lost in the darkness. M." Liam stared at the photograph, his mind reeling. "Chloe, who is that?" he whispered. Tears streamed down Chloe's face as the shadowy figure faded away. "My mother," she sobbed. "She was a medium. She was friends with Alastair. He wasn't a jealous artist. He was protecting her. My mother, she told him about the hauntings, but she didn't realize she was the one creating them. He couldn't stop her. She was a woman consumed by a darkness, and she lost herself to it." Chloe's confession revealed the true betrayal. It wasn't a jealous artist who had sealed his student in a wall. It was a daughter who had manipulated a local legend for personal gain. The house wasn't haunted by a tormented spirit, it was haunted by the echoes of a woman's grief, fueled by her daughter's deliberate deception. Chloe hadn't just been searching for a story, she had been trying to find a way to control the very darkness that consumed her mother. The betrayal wasn't a myth, it was the story of a daughter's profound secret, buried in a haunted house.